The NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams. Coming up next.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from LA. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They pick up 20 yards there. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another run for Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap to Stafford. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Shotgun snap now. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I thought we were coming here to call an NFL game, but this is starting more like a baseball game. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. No, just kidding. Still there's the first quarter here this afternoon.
Yeah, it feels like a pitcher's duel too, right? I mean, it's just a low-scoring affair here out the gate. I'll tell you what this does do, though, Kate. Right, in this world of analytics and looking at scores, this starts to screw that just conventional wisdom up. When you get an oddball like this, a safety early, just watch over the course of this game how it may affect some of the decision-making of the coaches.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stafford from the gun. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Stafford now on 1st down. It is caught left side. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Quiddy Pay there to take him down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Stafford again. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. So it'll be 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. That one complete to Higbee. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And now it's 2nd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. That one finds Josh Downs. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Third and a lone yard coming up. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. On 1st down, here's Stafford. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Play made by E.J. Speed.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throw on 3rd down. He'll have the 1st down and even more. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10 from the 41. He'll throw it yet again. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They go with Williams on the counter. He'll cobble together a yard there. Play made by E.J. Speed. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finds his target, Robinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams grow their early lead to 8. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams push the lead to 2 scores now. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Colts ready to take the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock, but what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Bails out of the... trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Out come the Rams on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. That's taken in by Kump. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They've got a man in motion. To throw, Stafford. It's complete to Higbee. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw, here's Stafford. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, Kate. Defense broke through so quickly they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Stafford. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they come away with some points on that series.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts offense set to head out. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They give to Taylor, right side. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Option give to Taylor. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Taylor again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They go again with Taylor. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down throw here from Richardson. Finds his man, Downs. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop.
You want to know why we see so many gray hairs, Kate, on these D coordinators we meet with? It's plays like that. These D coordinators hate quarterbacks that can escape the pocket, escape the blitz, and make you pay with completions.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. It's a two-score game early. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Rams and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Stafford now on first down. Throw reeled in by Higbee. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Give to Williams from the gun. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And they send a man in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Play made by E.J. Speed. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Play made by E.J. Speed.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Kupp on the catch. And they take him down right along the 30. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Stafford from the gun. This one's caught. It's Cup near the sideline. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That's on target. Puka Nacua. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams hold an 11-point advantage. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams push the lead up to 12. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Josh Downs to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. So it'll be 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. This one finds Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
3rd and long, it's Richardson. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
The Colts are ready for the punt. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. On first down, here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Not a person in this stadium didn't start tensing up the way I did up in the booth. You could feel that goal line coming, right? Pressure right in his face. Nearly turns into a couple points now. Well, now you got to be so careful. No breathing room for the next snap.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. His pass caught by Nakua. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Julian Blackman.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Third and long now for Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Williams now on 1st and 10. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. That's taken in by Cup. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing now, Stafford. A throw right side finds Cup. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Stafford now. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. I'm going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way, and actually loses yards. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Play action with Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be first down, Colts.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes again. He's out in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Now a toss play, Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
The Rams showing a nickel look. Third down coming up. To throw, Richardson. Dump off caught by his back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Richardson now on first and 10. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Richardson now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on third and 17.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Working inside the red zone. Hits him on the out route. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Richardson. Cut near the goal line. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Colts facing a deficit near the break. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Taylor. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a one-score game before halftime. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Gay with the point after. And the Colts trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. The Rams headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Stafford now on 1st down. Cup on the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That one complete to Higbee. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
And the Colts sending 6 DBs out there. Dime package, 3rd down coming. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
The Rams are set to punt. Josh Downs deep for the Colts. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Colts offense getting one final possession here in the half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. We've reached halftime. Less than a touchdown separating our team so far. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a fine performance in that first half from the running back, Kyron Williams. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Out come the Colts as they've got it to begin the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down throw here from Richardson. On target to Downs. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 43. This one finds Taylor. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On first down, it's Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll throw again, Richardson. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Third and short yardage here, Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Putting the tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. It's complete to Higbee. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That's taken in by Cup. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
The Rams are set to punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Colts will take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's got Pierce. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, Taylor. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Richardson back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Richardson on third. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Catch is made in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
1st and goal. They'll try an option to the left. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts take a third-quarter lead. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts jump in front now by 5. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead with Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
First down, and they go right back to him. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Julian Blackmon.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Oh, he's in trouble, and he'll go down. The Colts got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Stafford back to throw. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Their punter making his way out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Richardson to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Taken in by Downs, left side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To throw, Richardson. He's on the move. He's running for it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's brought down after a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Option give to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Taylor again. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Darius Williams on the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go again with Taylor. And this is down across the 30 before it stopped. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Taylor now up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. This one from 47 yards away. Kicked well, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams headed out to the field now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, here's Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. Back to throw. Here's Stafford. got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Stafford now on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Stafford from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams down by only 2 in the 4th. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
All right, here we go. Huge play for the Rams, going for 2. He's throwing for it. He's got it. Looks like both feet were in, and that's going to get them 2 points. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Downs on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Rams will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they face 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Fits it through the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll run the toss for Williams. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. To throw, Stafford. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
It's one of the biggest moments of the game for Joshua Carty. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Downs on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The 40. Into the red zone. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 4th quarter lead. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts take a 4-point lead. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Throwing now, Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. Stafford now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Corum trying the right side. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain for them on 2nd and goal, and now they need 8 on 3rd.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Stafford. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and goal.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
It's one of the biggest moments of the game for Joshua Carty. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Downs on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the gun, Taylor. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Looking to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how